The poor weather that had spoiled preparations for the 5th test at Supersport Park Centurion relented just enough to allow 72 overs on the first day. Hussain won his 4th successive toss, and it was a good one.
Nicked it out, caught second slip.
Yeah, it was very unfortunate. If we hadn't won the toss, we'd have put the England in. It did go around in the morning, and obviously that was due to the fact that there wasn't too much sunshine around before the game started. So that's what happens in Test cricket. Sometimes you catch it good, and sometimes you catch it bad.
Slip, and he's out.
Well, the pitch at Centurion, yes, it's always got a bit of loopy bounce in it, and it had been under cover a lot. The rain they'd had in Pretoria for the 2 days before that was staggering, and we didn't expect to get any play at all on that first day. And of course it was a lively pitch when we did get play on that first day, and England bowled very badly actually. They sprayed the ball around, they couldn't control it, and it was perfect England conditions. It was overcast, the ball was seaming off a length, and Caddick bowled okay.
Bowled him out!
But Malali sprayed it around, Goff didn't bowl so well, and we wasted a good opportunity. But having said that, at the end of the day, South Africa had lost 6 wickets, and England was still very much in that game.
In the air, Cullinan walks away disgusted. Malali does it himself, gets underneath it, and takes the catch, and Daryl Cullinan is out.
But the visitors' strong position was ruined by torrential rain, which prevented any further play for 3 days. No result looked possible, but Hansie Cronje had other ideas.
First thing I heard when I got to the ground is that Hansie Cronje had offered 255 off 73 overs to Nasser Hussain, and Nasser had turned it down. And he turned it down rightly, because the wicket had done so much on the first day that he thought you can't possibly risk chasing more than about 100. England wouldn't have got 100 on that against Pollock, I don't think.
We had discussed it, and we had put a proposal forward to England on the morning of the last day, and they weren't too interested in it. I think they thought maybe the wicket would be quite sporting again, and after the first half an hour or so, I think they realised that it had flattened out, obviously with all the rolling and the sunshine that had gotten it by that stage, and so then they were re-interested in us setting them a target. And I think it was great for the game. Obviously it was nothing in it at that stage, it was a dead test match, and managed to revitalise it and bring it to life, and probably have the closest test match that I've ever been involved in for certain. And I'll always remember it for that. So I think what happened in the end with the declarations and that making a game of it was superb.
10 out of 10 for Cronje for trying to make a game, and 9.5 out of 10 for Hussain for eventually agreeing to it. But great effort from those two captains, and whatever stick they've had in the media afterwards, I think it's disgraceful. If people don't want to see an entertainment, then they shouldn't bother coming to cricket.
England was set 249 to win in 76 overs, and there was no Alan Donald. He pulled out of the match with gout, but none of the first 3 batsmen really got going.
It was one of those declarations where if you were still in at the end, you ought to have got the runs, because it was only ever around the sort of 3.8 and over, 4 and over occasionally, and it just needed somebody to play a top innings, somebody to have sort of hold the backbone of the innings, hold it together. And Michael Vaughan, of course, was in a way the surprise man. He was dropped down the order below Adams. Adams again failed, which was a great shame. I'd love to have seen him have a knock in Test cricket, just to see how he might have played when he was on top. And this was the perfect scene for him. He could have gone out and thrashed 70 and won the game for England. But it was Vaughan who supported Alex Stewart, who again, you know, man of the series really in terms of the batting for England. Hussain, to me, the overall man of the series because of his captaincy. But Vaughan played beautifully and won man of the match, and it just needed somebody to stay calm. And it was lovely to see a young man make his first half-century in Test cricket and win man of the match in what was a contrived game, but a brilliant day of Test cricket.
That's a cracking shot from Michael Vaughan, backward of square. He's played some of his best shots of the series in this innings, and that's one of them. He's gone for a big one, and it is a big one. It's 6 runs. Brings him to his half-century.
And 4 more runs is going to help aplenty. Down the wicket and hits inside out, and that's 4 runs. Brings up the 100 partnership, 205 for 4, and he's 50, his first Test match 50. All happens off 1 ball, 1 delightful shot.
A brilliant partnership of 126 between Stewart and Vaughan had brought England to the brink of victory, but then a wicket and the nerves crept in.
As always, in a sort of run chase, you're going to have this, and England got it. They started to panic a bit. I mean, they don't win many Test matches at the moment, and here was a golden opportunity to win a Test match, and they lost wickets at a bad time. Alex Stewart was cruising to victory when he got out. Maddie got run out going for that was a bad second as it happened. Vaughan got out at a crucial time, having played so well, and then to see Darren walk to the crease. You never know what's going to happen when he gets in, but he tends to be the man who's always about when England win a Test match, whether it's knocking over the number 11 or hitting the winning runs.
When we got down to 7 balls to go, and I think they needed 6 runs, I think we probably didn't think it through as much as we could have. Obviously there's ways of limiting the runs and bowling down the leg side, but that probably wasn't the true spirit of it. And with Silverwood at the wicket and Goffey, we always felt that we did have a chance of getting those wickets.
Crashed through to the man on the boundary who didn't see it, ran in the wrong direction. That just might be a winning hit. It isn't, of course, because 2 more runs are required.
And Silverwood hit that extraordinary shot over extra cover. I'm not sure what sort of shot it was. It was sort of, he just sort of flipped it over extra cover. And Peter Stradham on the fence didn't pick it up. It was quite dark then, but he ran the wrong way. He goes to the other side and we get 4 runs for it. And England needing 2 off the last over, not such a problem, but 6 would have been a problem.
Pulled away by Goff for 4, and England win the 5th Test match of this 5-Test series, set up by declaration earlier in the day, and then 2 innings forfeited. But what wonderful entertainment there's been from the 11 cricketers involved, for those that have patiently waited out 2 days of rain. But goodness me, what great entertainment we've had. And victory for England in this, the 5th and final Test.